How you all doing today? It's good to be back. Today I'd like to talk a bit about distraction and mind wandering, as happens during mindfulness practice, and then have a go at practicing together. So whether you're relatively new to mindfulness or you've been doing it for donkey's years, you may have noticed that your mind wanders. Maybe you've even noticed it wanders a lot. And of course, this doesn't just happen when we're practicing mindfulness, it happens all of the time. But usually we're quite unconscious of this. We're not aware that we're lost in thoughts. But in mindfulness practice, we're actually aware of what's happening with our minds, of how they work and the contents of them. So how does it happen? We start off with a good intention to focus on something in the present moment, like a support that can help to hold us or anchor us in the present moment. And that could be, for example, the breath that's quite commonly used, or it could be something outside of us like sounds in the environment, or it could be sensations in our body. And so we focus on this, and sooner or later we become distracted. And we could be distracted by anything, or in fact everything. It could be even the thing we've chosen to focus on. So it could be a sound in the environment, and then it triggers a chain of thoughts and maybe memories, or it could be a sight, something disturbing in the visual field, or it could be thoughts that pop into our mind, or feelings that arise seemingly out of nowhere, and they sort of lead into a chain of other thoughts and feelings, and this kind of cascades, and before we know it, we're down the rabbit hole and a million miles from where we are and what we intended to do. But the good news is, at some point in this whole cascade or story, there'll be what one teacher calls an oops moment. So, I had decided to practice mindfulness and I'm sitting here, but I'm somewhere else entirely. We realize that we've become distracted, and then we have the opportunity to come back and start again. So this could happen literally hundreds of times while we're practicing mindfulness, and that can lead to frustration and a feeling of being disheartened that perhaps we're not good at this, that our mind is somehow different from everyone else's and uniquely incapable of staying present. That's of course not the truth. All of our minds wander, and it's completely normal. We also have this capacity to be present, but we've probably spent most of our lives training in distraction, in entertaining ourselves and keeping ourselves distracted. So the point here in the practice is this coming back. The moment that we realize we're distracted, this oops moment that we spoke about, at that very moment we're no longer distracted. That's a key moment. We've woken up, we're alert, we're aware of what's going on, we're aware of where our mind is, and we can come back to whatever we were focusing on and start again. So each time we notice in this way that we're distracted, that's we're practicing awareness. We're strengthening our ability to be aware of where our mind is at. And it's also an opportunity to cultivate kindness and compassion. So rather than beating ourselves up about getting distracted, we can come back with a sense of kindness, maybe even a sense of humor and a gentle and light touch, and remembering that we're not alone in this. This is how all of our minds are. This is just how our minds are. So let's have a go. We'll do a BBB practice from the Mind with Heart curriculum, and then have a little check-in at the end of it. So I'd like to invite you to adopt a relaxed and comfortable but wakeful position. A posture that, a physical posture that encourages the mind to be relaxed and alert. You can take a few moments if you like to get comfortable. You might want to release some of the tension from the upper body and the neck and shoulders. And let the rest of the body be comfortable too. Your eyes can be open and gazing softly downwards, or you can close your eyes, whatever feels most comfortable to you. And noticing where you are. A sense of the body as a whole sitting here. The weight of the body. The contact. And noticing your mood. Just checking in and genuinely asking yourself, how are you? And allowing yourself to be however you are right now. And taking 3 deep, long and slow breaths, especially focusing on lengthening and extending the out breath, as this helps us to relax. And then letting the breath settle into its own natural rhythm. And the first B of this BBB practice is checking in with the body. Noticing sensations in the body. Perhaps you notice warmth or coolness. There may be feelings of tension and tightness, or of relaxation. Maybe there's itching sensations, tingling or numbness in parts of the body. Allowing your attention to be called by sensations wherever they arise, and feeling into them for a few moments. And then zooming awareness back out to hold the whole body with a gentle attention. And we're not trying to change or fix or judge anything. Simply aware of whatever is already there. Allowing whatever is happening to happen. This is how it is right now. And then noticing sensations of contact with the ground, our seat, and our hands wherever they've landed. And then shifting focus to the sensations of breathing. If you find it helpful, you could place a hand on the chest or abdomen and feel the rise and fall as we breathe in and out. Just noticing when we're breathing in and when we're breathing out. Breath after breath. And of course, your mind may well have wandered many times. And each time it does, we gently and kindly invite it back to the sensations of breathing. Right here, right now. And then we come to the third B, or being, simply being. Letting go of the focus on the breath and leaving the mind and body to be however they are. Letting yourself sense and feel whatever you sense and feel. And letting thoughts and emotions and sensations and sounds come and go like clouds passing across the sky. Relaxed, present, and aware. So how was that? Did you notice perhaps that you got distracted just once or twice, or maybe for the whole time? Well, each time we notice we're distracted, it's a success, not a failure, because we've become aware. And with practice, we notice more quickly when we've become distracted. We can come back more easily. The thoughts and emotions and stories become a bit less sticky. And this is really useful in life, especially if we're prone to rumination or worry or self-criticism, or even getting stuck in intense emotions like anger or jealousy. This ability to let go and come back to whatever's happening right here and now is incredibly helpful. And this practice causes real, measurable structural changes to the brain. So this is literally a rewiring of the brain. And just like getting physically fit, it takes time and effort. We need to be practicing regularly in order to benefit from it. But I wish you well for the week, and maybe for this week to integrate this sense of non-distractedness and of being present, we could focus on the first bite of each meal, just really taste it as we eat it. Or maybe we could choose to focus on that moment when we meet somebody, that meeting and greeting, that we're really present for that first precious moment. Good luck with it, and do email us if you've had any insights or want to share anything or ask any questions. Thank you.